and today we are chatting Facebook marketing secrets. How to finally attract leads and honestly really make money with Facebook. I have on the line today Amy Porterfield. Amy and I have long professional history back in the traffic geyser days and the e-marketing vid days. Many of you probably know Amy from her fabulous Facebook marketing tips and e-marketing vids. Amy, there are videos that are still getting viewed, a couple of hundred times a week instead of e-marketing vids, and that project's like over a year and a half old, isn't it?
I'd love to hear that. That's fantastic.
Has Facebook changed since we've left e-marketing vids?
Oh, just a little bit, just a tiny bit.
Exactly. So Amy's here today to chat those changes and to answer the question, can you really, honestly, finally attract leads and make money with Facebook? And lately there have been a lot of people poo-pooing Facebook and saying mean things about Facebook. And, well, gosh darn it, Amy's here to set things right. So I will interject now and then with a piece of color commentary or two, but Amy has a solid presentation. She will be taking questions later on. So with that said and done, Amy, take it away.
All right, let's go ahead and dive Facebook marketing secrets, how to finally attract leads and make money with Facebook. Here's what you'll learn. First, easy strategies that are working right now to help you quickly attract your first 1,000 fans. How to move your Facebook fans directly to your website. It's one thing to have a bunch of Facebook fans, but really we want to move them off Facebook to our own hub, which typically is our website. So I'm going to talk about that for sure. Proven tips to help you get out into the news feed of all your fans so you can turn your Facebook efforts into quality leads and profits. Also, promoted posts, what they are and how they can skyrocket your engagement overnight. And I'll also talk about Facebook offers, a quick look at how this Facebook super feature can boost your leads and sales. But before I actually jump into some of the how-to content, I want you to look over some recent stats about Facebook. First, and this one pretty much blew my mind, Facebook are uploading approximately 300 million photos to Facebook per day. That's up 20% from just earlier this year. Also, in addition, 2.5 billion content items are shared each day, and Facebook users generated 2.7 billion likes a day. Now, to say the least, I think we all are a little click happy with those like buttons. Facebook's reach is tremendous, with over 1 billion users to date. To look at the numbers globally, 1 of 7 people in the world has a Facebook profile or page right now. It's so crazy how popular Facebook is. However, this is the stat that I care most about. Open Forum did a study where they found that 92% of industry professionals report that they have acquired a customer from Facebook. Where I really want to focus on, especially today in this training, is to make sure you understand how to move your fans to a lead and a lead to a paying customer, because paying customers is truly what we want when we're spending all that time on Facebook trying to get more fans and get our engagement up. It really comes down to we want to build relationships and see a difference in our bottom line. And I'm going to talk about that today.
Amy,
yeah.
so what you're saying is very different and very almost, I dare say, radical from what you hear it a lot of times, because you're not saying Facebook as destination, you're not saying Facebook as community, you're not saying, you're saying Facebook as a means to bring people into your mailing list. And fans, it's getting customers. It's about leveraging this place, but bringing them to you, not necessarily, living on their terms. Is that accurate?
Exactly. That's definitely what I'm saying. We're going to talk about really about the fan anymore. It's really about the lead and then the customer.
Beautiful.
So with these kind of stats, it's no wonder that brands are trying more than ever to get their products and services in front of an enormous yet targeted audience. And targeted is the key word here, because you can really laser focus on who you want to attract on Facebook. So if you've never been to one of my webinars, I wanted to give you a quick snapshot of where I came from and why I teach Facebook marketing. I started my marketing career at Harley-Davidson Motorcycles. I always say I am not a biker chick by any means, but I was there during their 100th anniversary where I marketed products and events. And it was a pretty cool time because my first experience with marketing was with a brand that had customers that tattooed their logo on their bodies. I mean, these were fanatics. So it was a really fun place to learn how to market to a raving. And from there, I moved on to working with peak performance coach Tony Robbins. This is a picture of us in Fiji filming Tony's very last infomercial, and with Magnum PI of all people. I know, very weird. But I was with Tony for about 6.5 years, where I was the director of content development. So I got to travel the world with Tony and work on the content that he delivered on stage and in his products and in media appearances. So it was a great time for sure, and I learned a lot. At that time is when I started using online marketing to market our programs, products, and services for Tony, and I learned all about social media. So we started Tony's Facebook page. He started tweeting on a regular basis, got to 1 million fans quickly, and I fell in love with social media. So not too long after, I decided to take everything I learned from Tony and start my own consulting business. And my very first client was Social Media Examiner. And Social Media Examiner is ran by Mike Stelzner. And at the time, the site Social Media Examiner didn't even exist. He was just building it. And he asked me to help him build a Facebook community where he could market his brand new website. So together, Mike and I built a Facebook page for Social Media Examiner and went from 0 to 30,000 fans in his first year. And this is a very, very engaged and lucrative Facebook page. Still is today well beyond 100,000 fans now. And in addition to that, I co-authored the book, Facebook Marketing All-in-One for Dummies. So to say the least, I pretty much sleep, breathe, and eat Facebook marketing. I blog all over the web, teaching people how to use Facebook to get real results. And with that, I want to give you 4 simple steps today to help you create real results on Facebook. Now, step 1 is to optimize your foundation for Facebook success. Step 2, quickly grow a lucrative fan base of quality leads. Step 3, create ongoing massive engagement. And step 4, turn your fans into profitable superfans. In this webinar, I'm going to give you strategies and how-to tips for every single one of these steps. Let's dive into step 1, optimize your Facebook foundation. Now with step 1, I want to encourage you to set up shop by branding your Facebook page. You want to look professional. You want to look like you're serious, that you really are on Facebook to connect with people and to build relationships and to get more exposure for your business. And to do that, you want to use your timeline cover photo. You want to let your fans know who you are and what you're about. Now, I want to give you some optimal specs for that photo for your Facebook page. They're 851 by 315 pixels. These specs will allow your picture to pop and look really crisp and not blurry or too small or not fit right within the timeline cover space. In addition, there are some restrictions. So on your Facebook page, you cannot add any contact information, no price mentions, or calls to action. So you can't say 50% off this entire, or you can't put your website on your timeline cover photo, or you can't say click like below. With that, Facebook wants you to graphically represent your brand inside your timeline cover photo. So you want to stay away from too much text or too little creative like graphics and images. So if you look at this, you might think, well, then what the heck can I do on Facebook with my timeline cover photo? Because there's a lot of restrictions here. Well, let me give you a handful of examples that you can model and make your own for your own page. This first one is Bruce, and he's obviously an author. If you have a book, whether it be a physical book or an ebook, or Kindle, or whatever it might be, you can actually show an image of your book jacket, and that speaks volumes. It's very obvious you're an author, using great imagery along with that. And I love how Bruce actually included himself in the picture as well. People want to know the author, they just don't want to see the book. So definitely you can make it personal, but also showing that you're an author in your timeline cover photo really sets you up as a go-to source. I was telling Paul not too long ago that when I wrote my book, Facebook Marketing All-in-One for Dummies, it opened so many doors for me. So as an author, you definitely want to let more people know about your books. Use it in your timeline cover photo to get even more traction. Another
And that
example is,
makes so much sense, Amy.
does it
Sorry about
really?
that, but yeah, that makes so because you know if you're at Facebook and you've moved to a page and that page is about a person or about a product, I mean, the thing that goes instantly to your mind is, who is this person? Are they legitimate? Are they real? Because everybody knows subconsciously that, I mean, 1 out of every 7 people on this planet's on Facebook. So just because, this Bruce guy's on Facebook doesn't mean that he's real. But now he's got this page that pops, like you said, that looks like a pork chop there. It looks amazing.
I know, delicious.
The guy wrote a cookbook. He obviously eats his own food. I mean, this is a very, very cool page, and this is a differentiator. This is not him walking on the beach or some piece of clip art he got at a free, Facebook backgrounds website or something. I mean, this is a guy who obviously is taking Facebook seriously, and if he's taking Facebook seriously, then I'm going to take him seriously, which is, the first step, right?
That's exactly it. I love that you said that. Because he's taking Facebook seriously, he's setting up shop, he's looking professional, then you, as someone that might stumble on his page, you're going to take him seriously as well. And that's the point I want to make with your timeline cover photo. You want to brand it so you look professional and you look like you're serious about this. So here's another example, Dunkin' Donuts. Now, I've seen this with a lot of big brands, but I haven't seen it with many small businesses or local businesses, and I think it's a great strategy. What they do is every week they choose a fan of the week, someone that's active on their Facebook page regularly and has some enthusiasm about their brand. Now, why this is a great strategy is because this person here, this young lady, she's going to tell all her friends and fans or friends and family that she's been featured on this Facebook page. So you always can create a little buzz around the fan that you choose. In addition to that, you will have a fan for life and hopefully a customer for life. People love to be acknowledged like this. So choosing a fan of the week is a great way to put the spotlight on your fans and not just on you and your brand. Now,
Awesome.
Nancy, here's another example. Nancy here, she's an online visibility expert. I know we have a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners here, or many people that are their own brand. And I show you this because you can change out your timeline cover photo often. You can get creative with it. The words and all the colors, they're perfect for Nancy's brand. But I want you to think of your own brand. What are some images or words, or how can you really keep things interesting and change out your timeline cover photo often? Because when you do each time you upload a new photo to your timeline cover photo, it gets out into the news feed. So it's like putting out a new photo every time you do it. So it gives you a little extra exposure and keeps things interesting. So you can have some fun with it as well. Now, David Siteman Garland, he is a great friend, and he has impeccable branding on his website. What he did is he just brought that same branding into his Facebook page. But what I like about this, he also is his own brand, but he has a logo, then he has a picture of himself, and then he tells you what he's all about. He's kind of funny. He says, the #1 badass show, resource, and community for mediapreneurs with David Siteman Garland and friends. If you can add some text to tell people instantly who you are and what you're about, you'll be able to really convey the message quickly when someone visits your Facebook page. That's why I said earlier, mixing some graphics in with some text is a great idea to mix things up and stay within the Facebook guidelines. Now, this is my favorite example, and this is a strategy I use all the time for my own business, but I wanted to feature someone else, and this is Lisa from Whole Health Designs. And Lisa used her timeline cover photo to promote her latest cleanse. Now, she's got a juice cleanse. It just happened a while back, but I wanted to take a snapshot because here she's saying, I've got something going on, and I want to tell you about it, but she's not breaking the rules. She's not doing a call to action. She's not adding a website of where you can sign up for her cleanse. Instead, she's actually saying, I've got something going on. And what she says, you can see I have a blue arrow pointing to a custom application. If you click on this custom application that has the same graphic so your eye gets drawn to it, you will see a lead opportunity where you can sign up for her cleanse directly inside of Facebook. Now, Facebook statistics show that if you are going for a lead, meaning you want to get a name and an email of a Facebook fan, if you keep someone inside of Facebook to get that, you're more likely to get the name and email because they have more of a sense of trust with you. You're keeping them inside Facebook. For some reason, they feel safer in Facebook than, let's say, well, it makes sense, a website they've never been to before. So if you send them to your website, they've never been there, and you add personal information, they're less likely to give it to you. Also, these custom apps here, I can't get into all the details today about how you create them, but you can run ads to them. So you can run ads from an ad to a custom app to collect leads. They're a great addition to any Facebook page, and I highly recommend you at least have one lead gen app on your Facebook page. Now, switching gears just a bit, I want to talk about one more thing about setting up shop and building a good foundation for your Facebook page. One thing you want to make sure you do is have a link to your website in the About section here. So as you can see, Lululemon does not. Now, Lululemon is a yoga clothing store. And what's such a bummer with this is that if they had their website link right there, people could click there, go to their website, and buy their products directly from their website. But they're missing a huge opportunity. So let me show you Brad's chips here. In that section, in that About section, he says, we are a raw food company passionate about healthy living, bradsrawchips.com. See how easy it is for people to go outside of Facebook if they want and find out more about your business? So all you need to do is click that About section right there, and you can type in a sentence or two about your business, and then you can type in your URL. You want to make sure that you have a link to your website in that About section. Now, Lisa does it a little bit different. At the time of me taking the snapshot, she was doing a free juice cleanse. So she advertised it in the About section. So as you can see, she's having a juice cleanse. She has a link to go sign up for it. And there, she's collecting leads. So what she's done is she has a great timeline cover photo. She included a narrating custom app. And now she added information about her latest promo in the About section. This is a great way to get traffic to whatever it is you're promoting on Facebook. And also, that area there is a great SEO hotspot. So use some keywords in there in order for you to be found when people Google different words related to your business. Now, if you are a local business, there's one disclaimer. If you choose local business as your category for your Facebook page, well then unfortunately you don't get the opportunity to add that little blurb. Your address and phone number automatically will get pulled through in the About section. If you delete your phone number, then your website could get pulled through. But you don't have the opportunity to write a few sentences like the other examples. But it's not all bad. If you're a local business, then you want the foot traffic, so it's great to include your address in that area. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to step 2, all about creating or growing a lucrative fan base of quality leads. Because in step 1, we're setting up the foundation. In step 2, now we're going to focus on fans who we are going to turn into leads. Now, this is a great stat. You got to pay attention to this one because it really is true. I've seen it happen time and time again with my clients and my own business. The average company saw a 185% increase in traffic after crossing 1,000 Facebook fans. Now that increase in traffic means traffic to your website. So once you hit that 1,000 fan mark, if you actually build the foundation on your Facebook page, you could be driving continual traffic to your website. Now, I know it's not fun, but I have a quick pop quiz for you. I know it takes you back to your high school days probably. I want you to grab...
What? Nobody said there'd be a quiz.
I knew you'd say something. And listen, it's going to be an easy one, I promise. I want you to grab a piece of paper. And on that piece of paper, I want you to write the numbers 1 through 6. I'm going to ask you 6 questions, and all you need to do is write yes or no next to each number. So number 1 is your timeline cover photo branded on your Facebook page? Just like I showed you all those different examples, if I went to your Facebook page today with great representation of your brand, who you are and what you're about. Number 2, have you linked your page to your profile? Meaning if I went to your personal profile, underneath your photo, your profile, is there a direct link to your Facebook page? If not, I'll show you how in a moment. Number 3, have you secured your custom URL? Some people forget this step, so I want to make sure you've done this. So if you go to facebook.com/Amy Porterfield, you easily get to my page. Is it that easy for your customers to find you on Facebook? Number 4, have you added a like box to your website? And number 5, are you posting 2 to 5 times per day? And number 6 is, do you have at least 1,000 fans? Now, if you can answer yes to all of these questions, then definitely pat yourself on the back, do a happy dance, whatever it is, but you definitely beyond most people. Most people will answer yes to a few of these, but not all. But if you have answered yes to all of these, you should now be seeing more engagement on your Facebook page, more traffic to your website, and you should be seeing a profit from your Facebook activities. And if you're not, then stay with me here because I have strategies beyond what I'm showing you here that will help you get those results that you're really after. But for those that don't yet have 1,000 fans and you haven't answered yes to all of these, let's dive into some of them to make sure that you have the fan attraction strategy secure so you can attract your first 1,000 fans. Number 1, we already covered, the timeline cover photo. Number 2, let's talk about your page to your profile. So here we are on my good friend Scotty Marie's Facebook personal profile. This is where she attracts friends, not fans. And underneath her profile photo, you can see it says worked at QD Healthcare Group. Now, if I were to click on that, I should go to QD Healthcare Group Facebook page. But instead what's happening is I'm taken to a dead page. This is the last place you want to send anybody who's interested in learning more about what you do and what you're all about. Now, sometimes you see that little suitcase icon instead of the cross there, but basically it's the same thing. You do not want a dead page. So let's go back and use David as an again, and underneath his profile photo, it says creator/host at the rise to the top. Now, if I just hover over that, a pop-up box appears, and this hover box will allow me to like his Facebook page if I haven't yet become a fan. So Facebook makes it, isn't it cool? Facebook makes it really easy to get page likes. You know, Paul, inside your Facebook Insights, if you look under likes, you'll see how many likes you get over a certain period of time from hover boxes. And I was amazed by how many likes I can get from people just seeing my posts all over Facebook or on my profile, hovering over my name, and actually liking my page. So it's a really effective strategy when you're posting on Facebook as your page. So with this link here, you can actually click on it and, of course, go to his Facebook page, but you don't even need to do that in order to attract likes because of the hover box. Now, a lot of people say, well, Amy, I have a profile and I get way more engagement on my profile, meaning when I post on my personal profile, so many more people link, comment, share my post versus when I post on my page, it's like crickets. I hear this time and time again, and I will say that it's likely one of the reasons, at least, is that you're spending more time on your personal profile than you are your page because it's working for you. You keep posting and posting on that profile, and you're not doing as much on your page. So I encourage you to kind of shift your focus a little bit, and you'll likely see more engagement on your page. But in addition to that, I want to remind you that it's important that you have both, that you have a personal profile and a Facebook page. The reason being, the simple reason, is that you get double the exposure. So if your profile and your page, you're going to get out into the news feed more often, so more fans and friends see your post. In addition to that, your profile is actually limited. You cannot run Facebook ads to a profile. You can only run them to a Facebook page or outside of Facebook. And you cannot include custom applications on a profile. So I showed you Lisa how she's collecting leads inside of Facebook on a daily basis. You can't do that on your profile, only on your page. So you definitely want both. Now, to link your page to your profile, you just click the About link underneath where it says Married to Marcy there. Underneath, you've got that About link, and it will take you in the back end of your Facebook profile. There, under Work and Education, you want to enter the name of your Facebook page, the exact name. Once you do that, you'll see in the drop-down menu, your page will appear. You click on it, and then they will ask you for your position at that page that you chose. For me, I said taking care of business. For David, he said, I think creator, host. You can put whatever you want. You can even say visit my Facebook page at, whatever you want to put in there, but put in a position, and that way, as long as it's at the top under Work and Education, it will appear underneath your profile photo. This is something you definitely want to do the minute it's training. Now, another question I asked in your pop quiz is, have you secured your custom URL? Meaning, have you gone to facebook.com/username and grabbed a URL for your Facebook page? Now, most have done this, but I know there's still a handful of people that haven't. And you definitely don't want facebook.com/KDR5418BNM to be your Facebook page URL. And that's going to be a bunch of numbers and letters until you secure it. Now, at the time of this training, you need 30 fans to do so. Sometimes Facebook changes things, and you might not even need any fans to secure it. So go to it now when we'll go. Now, the next strategy here to get more Facebook fans is you've got to add a like box to your website. And let me tell you why this is so important. If someone comes to your website, they're reading your latest blog post. Maybe they're clicking on your About page to learn more about you. They're checking out your products. They are a warm audience. You definitely want that person to be a Facebook fan of your page, because next time they jump on Facebook, you want to be seen in their newsfeed. If they're interested in your blog post, then they're likely going to be interested in the content you send out on Facebook. Now, here's the beauty of a Facebook like box. When someone comes to my website, in the right column on my home page, I added the like box. Someone can click the like button if they're not yet a fan, and they become an instant fan of my Facebook page. However, that link, that like link or like button, does not send them directly over to Facebook. It keeps them on my website, because I don't want to lose that traffic. The last thing I would do is send my website traffic over. That's going the wrong way. So a like box allows people to become instant fans of your Facebook page, but they don't ever have to leave your website. However, next time they jump on Facebook, if you happen to be posting within that time period, your post will be seen in their newsfeed. Now, if you have a WordPress site, you can go and Google WordPress Likebox Facebook plugin or something along those lines. So WordPress Likebox Facebook plugin, and you will get a bunch of different examples for plugins you can upload to your WordPress site. Simple as that. If you don't have a WordPress site, you can actually Google Facebook Social Plugin Likebox. So Google Facebook Social Plugin Likebox, and you will be taken, or you'll see a link to the developer site for Facebook. There you can grab some code for your own Facebook page, put it on your website, and you'll have the like box. Both of this pretty simple and not too techy. So I encourage you to definitely add a like box. When I did this, my likes skyrocketed quickly, and I know it can do the same for you. And the last strategy here in step number 2 is you want to post consistently. And specifically, you want to post about 2 to 5 times every single day. There's a study out there by Buddy Media that found that 2 to 5 times a day tends to be the sweet spot. Now, what they also found is that consistency always wins on Facebook. Since your fans visit Facebook at different times a day, one post is just not going to be enough. You want to make sure that all of your fans see your post as often as you can. So instead, You want to post several different types of content throughout the day, including images, short videos, quick tips, links, and questions. And also, stagger your posts at different times to reach more of your fans. Now, in addition to that, I encourage you to include calls to action in your post, but I'm going to get into that in step 3, so just keep that in the back of your mind, calls to action for your Facebook post, and I'll tell you all about that in a moment. But one extra quick tip here is that for maximum engagement and to attract even more fans, keep your post around 80 characters or less. Not 80 words, 80 characters. I know it's easier said than done. But this study by Buddy Media showed that posts with 80 characters or less received 27% higher engagement rates. So I know that's not easy. Paul and I both like to talk a lot, so it's not too easy to get 80 characters, huh, Paul?
No, it's not. But why do you think that is? Why do you think it's so little? It's just because people are speeding through it so quickly, and if it's so short, they're more likely to engage, that kind of thing?
Exactly. People don't take the time to read everything. They're skimming, and so the easier and shorter and more concise you can make the post, the better. So try it, definitely. See how it works for you. I definitely always try to get that post really short. I definitely don't win every single time, but when I do, and I'll show you an example, when I do make the post pretty short, I tend to get great engagement. All right, so to wrap up your attraction plan to get to your first 1,000 fans, here it is. You want to brand your timeline cover photo, link your page to your profile, secure your custom URL, add a like box to your website, and post between 2 to 5 times each day. So this is how you're going to attract your first 1,000 fans. Now, once you do that, we want to talk about creating massive engagement. And this is by far my favorite topic ever since I've taught Facebook marketing. Engagement has really been my main focus. Now, I've got to explain something to you before we jump in. And you probably likely already know this, but I'm going to talk about it in a different way because I want you to have one of those aha moments that you see why it's so important to include calls to action in your post. So if I were not a fan of Paul's Facebook page and he's posting and he's getting into my news feed, I'm a brand new fan, I'm starting to see his content, and let's say he posts a really great quote, and I read the quote and I think in my mind, that's a great quote, I really love that. And then he posts a really funny picture from his family vacation, and I look at the photo and I think, oh, I really like that. I'm thinking this in my mind. If I do nothing, if I don't like, if I don't comment, if I don't share, Facebook has no idea that I'm interested in Paul's content. And if Facebook thinks that I'm not interested because I'm not taking any action, they will stop putting my post stop putting Paul's post in my newsfeed. So the name of the game here is you've got to get your fans to take action. It's not enough for them just to look at your post. So they've got to like, comment, share, click on links. They've got to do something in order for you to continue to get out into the news feed of the people that really care about your content. And today I'm going to show you some strategies that will do just that. Now remember at the beginning of the training, I promised I'd show you some strategies that are working right now on Facebook. And because Facebook changes all the time, strategies that might have worked a few years ago aren't working today. Today, it's all about images. And this is only getting more popular, so I don't see this going away anytime soon. If you want engagement, you've got to think in terms of images. Let me give you some stats that were pretty impressive. Photos or images on Facebook generate 53% more likes than the average post. 53% more likes. And why do likes matter? Because it allows Facebook to know that that fan is interested in seeing more of your content in their newsfeed. And I gave you this one earlier. Approximately 300 million photos are actually posted to Facebook per day. That's up 20% from earlier this year. And the usage of the photo sharing tool Instagram, well, it's increased 1,179% in just 6 months. Wow. Photos are where it's at on Facebook. But here's the thing you need to remember. To stand out from the noise on Facebook, you must create a strategy for your image post. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you now. So let's jump into some image strategies here. First, you've got the snackable image strategy. And when you think of the word snackable, I want you to think of bite-size, easy to digest. And this kind of comes back to what Paul was saying earlier as to why are people engaging with posts that are 80 characters or less. It's because we have a very tiny sliver of our fans' attention, meaning people are multitasking at every minute of the day. They're clicking on this, they're watching that, they're chatting here, they're doing that, they're doing this. It's crazy how much they're doing when they're on Facebook. So with that, you need to make sure that you make your post easy to digest, snackable. And so with that, here's a great example, Richard Branson. He says, who is your favorite fictional character? Why grow up when you can forever be Peter Pan? It's a short post. He's got a great image that takes us back to our childhood, will grab our attention instantly, and he asks a fun question. Now again, you might say, what does that have to do with me selling my products or services online, asking about a silly fictional character? He's building relationships, and you first got to build the relationship before someone's going to want to know more about you and your brand. So you've got to have a little fun in the process as well. So this is an example of a snackable image strategy. Here's another one by Chick-fil-A. Now, Chick-fil-A is a popular fast food restaurant here in the States. At least I know it is in California. And what they've done here is a year or two ago, a lot of people were using fill in the blank, but they would put the fill in the blank in the status update. Now things have changed where images have become more of the norm that you're seeing. So they say fill in the blank, but then they put their question in an image, bright red, it stands out, and it says, my first experience with Chick-fil-A was. Now, when I first read this, I thought, who the heck would have an experience with a fast food restaurant? But when I said that, my husband informs me that when he was a little boy, he did a derby car race, and he won, and he got a gift certificate to Chick-fil-A. He got to go there and buy his whole family lunch, and to him, it's the best place in the world. Really romantic to be married to a man that loves Chick-fil-A, I know, but he's got this great memory. And so I looked here and I noticed that 4,179 people actually commented on this post. So if you know your audience and you know that what they'll resonate with, plus you put it in an image, you're able to create some real engagement. This is a great example, again, of a snackable image. It doesn't take too much to write it out if you're just brief, of course, but also you've got to know what's going to grab the attention of your ideal audience.
Well, and what's so cool there is, I mean, 3,400 people liked it. Therefore, Facebook knows that 3,400 people are engaged with Chick-fil-A. So next time when Chick-fil-A does something like a coupon to get people into the store, or a link to gift certificates or whatever they might be doing, Facebook is a lot more likely to, and look at that, 3,400 people liked it, 4,179 people made comments. So Facebook knows that people are interested in Chick-fil-A.
You just said something so perfect that I'd love to really hit home with, and that is, if Chick-fil-A actually put this out there and 3,400 people liked it and over 4,000 people commented, well, the next time Chick-fil-A posts, they're likely to get out into the newsfeed more in front of more fans. Well, let's say the next time Chick-fil-A posted a coupon, a promotion, something to actually get people in the doors. Now they've got this organic traffic in front of even more fans. That's why the posts that may not be bringing in more leads or more money every time, they still are serving a purpose, and that is to get the engagement up so you get out in the news feed. So it's perfect that you bring that up, Paul. One of my clients, Beth, she owns Planet Pearl, and it's a Facebook page and a website all about knitting. And she started to use these image strategies and ask really very, very short questions. She went from no engagement to over 500 fan comments with this brand new strategy. It works when you know your audience and you understand the strategy behind it. You want to get people to take action. So here's another strategy, and this is called the sneak peek image strategy. And this strategy is all about pulling the curtain back and letting people know a little bit about you personally. Now, we all want to talk about our business online. We want to talk about our niche and our brand and our products. But on Facebook, you can't do that every single day without mixing things up. The sneak peek strategy is all about letting people in to your personal life just a little, to the point where you feel comfortable with it. And I think that this is a little bit difficult for a lot of people out there. And I want to tell you that when I started to do it, it really allowed me to have genuine relationships with people. One woman from this actual post, she still emails me about business all the time now, and it first started from potty training my dog. So this is my dog, Gus, and we bought the dog for my son. But guess who got the great strategy of teaching this dog how to potty train? That was me, and it has not been fun. So when I got really frustrated, I took to the Facebook airways and I posted on my Facebook business page, not my personal profile, which is typically what I do about personal things, but I posted to my business page and I asked my fans to help me out here. People love to be asked for advice, help, support, feedback, insight. They want to be needed. And so with that, as you can see, 90 people, plus people love dogs, so 90 people left comments about how to potty train Gus. Now, this again might seem a little bit weird, like what does this have to do with me selling products and services? It has everything to do with it because I'm able to show a personal side. People get to know my personality a little bit more. I build relationships, and then from there, I will start to earn their trust. When I earn their trust, I then get to have them on my email list. When they're on my email list, I then can promote my programs, products, and services. So it all makes sense when you look at the big picture. So this is one example of a sneak peek image strategy. Another great one, really simple one, is Dragon Search. Now, Dragon Search recently put up a pull-up bar inside their offices. So they've got all these people trying it out. I love the woman in a dress trying to hoist the other woman up. And as you can just see, they're having a good time. You've got to let people inside, behind the curtain, just to learn a little bit more about your business and your employees in order for them to feel comfortable creating a relationship with you. This is how you stay top of mind with people when it's time for you to sell. Now, my favorite image strategy, and this is the one that you can actually pair or combine with other strategies I teach you throughout this training, and this is the action image strategy. Let me give you some quick stats. When fans are asked to like a post, there's a 3 times higher like rate than when not asked to like. And when fans are asked to specifically comment on a post, there's a 3.3 times higher comment rate. And this is the big one. When fans are asked to share a post, the share rate is 7 times higher. It really comes back to Marketing 101. You've got to ask people to do something in order for them to take action. So I want to give you a strategy that I use all the time. If I find something great that I want to share, whether it be a great quote or a stat or an image, I always upload it as an image to a status update, and then I include a call to action, a very simple one. In this case, click like if you believe this to be true, and then I've got this quote. And I usually promote it with a promoted post, and I'll get into that in just a minute. But as you can see, this post had 1,946 people like it, and almost just as many people shared it, and I had 90 comments. So it really hit a nerve with people, and people really liked the quote. But what's important to remember is exactly what Paul said earlier. If I post this and I get some great engagement, well, the next day I was likely going to be promoting a webinar where I was collecting leads in exchange for a free webinar. I would then get out into the newsfeed more often of all my fans. So that's the strategy behind these action image strategies. Here's another great one from my good friend Melanie Duncan. And Melanie has really great quotes that she puts out there often, but it doesn't stop there. And she actually asks for the share. So as you can see here, it says, share this important message, and then click here to learn more. And she sends them right to her website. So now she's not only getting the share, increasing her engagement, but she's getting more traffic over to her website. Pretty good, right?
That's good, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got to ask for the engagement because remember, Facebook has no idea if those fans are interested unless they actually do something with your post. 2 more quick strategies and then we'll leap into our last step here. And this is the blog post image strategy. Social Media Examiner first started doing this. I stole the idea from them, and I do it now and teach all my customers to do it as well. The one with the blue star, the post with the blue star, is what they're doing today. They're actually using a screen grab tool like Jing, J-I-N-G, or Snagit, S-N-A-G-I-T, and they're taking a screen grab of the very top of their blog post. They're uploading that as an image, and then they're including the URL to their blog post in the status update. The reason they do that is they used to do it the other way where the smaller image is there, but it pulls in a thumbnail, a little bit of commentary about the blog post, and it's less dynamic, it's more boring for sure, and it takes up less space in the newsfeed. So they told me that once they started to do the bigger image in the top of the blog post, they started to get so much more engagement with their blog post. So if you want to drive more traffic to your blogs, consider taking a snapshot of that specific blog and uploading it as an image. One of my clients, Donna, she has basically taken all my image strategies and put them on steroids. She's done so much with images that now she's a master with images on Facebook. But one of her images with a call to action was shared 13,500 times. And the reason it was shared so much, and think about that, that's a massive viral exposure, because every time your image is shared, it actually gets out into the news feeds of all the friends of the fan that shared it. So the great thing about using images with calls to action, whether you're taking a snapshot of your blog post or you're creating an image, is that you have the potential to go viral inside of Facebook with your ideal audience. And that's what really matters. And this last strategy for images is the traffic generating image strategy. Here's an example of a really short status update. It's probably more than 80 characters, but it's to the point. So what I did is I created a video, a 2-minute video, where I basically said, hi, this is Amy Porterfield. I have a webinar coming up called Your Facebook Launch Guide. Here's 3 things that you'll learn in the webinar. Bam, bam, bam. I'd love for you to join me. Click the link. I'll see you there. Really to the point. I upload it to Facebook. For the record, I also upload it to YouTube. But for the sake of this training, I upload it to Facebook. And then I also turn it into an ad. So with that, I turn it into an ad, and it goes to so many more people, of course, when you advertise versus if you just post it on your timeline. Now, this ad here obviously reached a lot of people, over 315,000 people. This webinar had over 4,000 people sign up for it. The thing is, I was selling a group coaching program for $1,000, and I only had 40 spaces. So over the course of a few days, 2 webinars, I was able to sell out all spaces in my group coaching program, and I primarily promoted with Facebook ads and posts just like this. So you can truly turn your promotions into cold hard cash. You can make a profit from Facebook when you actually take people on a journey, meaning, let's say you send them to a webinar or a teleconference, or you invite them to an online summit, or somewhere where you can give them even more value outside of Facebook. Build those relationships, and then you can tell them about your programs or services after you've given them solid, great content. Facebook ads will put that whole thing on steroids. And the last thing I'll tell you about images is that the study by HubSpot also said that if you want people to click on a link in a status update, include an image. You don't even have to tell them to click on that link, and you'll get more clicks than you would if you didn't include that image. For some reason, images ignite even more action whether you ask for it or not. Now, I encourage you to ask for it, but include those images if you want more clicks on your links inside your status update. Now, you've got to actually upload the image. All of these strategies I'm teaching you, you don't just do a status update and pull in a thumbnail. You are literally uploading an image to your status update. That way it will take up more room in your news feed. Okay, so that one was a pretty big strategy. I had a lot to cover there. We're in our home stretch here of step number 4. We're going to switch gears, and this is all about turning fans into super fans, which are people that are actually buying from you with Facebook ads. So I alluded to Facebook ads just a little bit in the last strategy there, but let's dive into 2 Facebook ads that really are effective, especially if you use them to collect leads or to give promotions. So before I jump there, I want to tell you about Nancy. Now, Nancy took some of my ad strategies. She spent $47 on an ad campaign and turned that into a $1,500 profit. Now, if you actually want to see some real profit in what you're doing, I will say that Facebook is a bit of a pay-to-play these days. You do have to spend a little bit of money, and I'll show you. When I say a little, I'm talking 20, 30 bucks in order to promote your post and get them seen by more people. So stay with me here because I want to show you two strategies that will not break the bank, but will allow you to get more exposure, more leads, and ultimately more customers. So this first strategy is promoted post. Now, promoted posts are status updates where you actually post on your Facebook timeline wall, and then you pay to have that post seen by more of your fans and friends of fans. Because remember, your posts are not getting out into the news feed of all of your fans. On average, Facebook says only about 16% of your fan base are actually seeing your post on any given day. So if you want more people to see it, you should promote your post. But you want to get strategic with this, so stay with me here. Promoted posts, they're actually shown to people who are most likely to engage with your ad, and they're sent out into the news feed. And this is the big ding, ding, ding kind of moment here. They're sent out into your news feed, meaning these are not posts that turn into ads and you see them in that right column where you see all the ads on a regular basis. Instead, Facebook puts them out into the news feed. Many studies have shown that ads in the news feed get up to 6 times more engagement than those ads in the right column that you see daily. So you've got to get out into the news feed. So if you want to increase your engagement and move your fans to action, you definitely want to experiment with promoted posts. Now, when would you use a promoted post? Well, you definitely always want to have an image and a call to action in that status update. And do it at a time where maybe you're doing a webinar or promoting a free video series, or maybe you're offering a special offer to your fans and friends of fans, some kind of exclusivity offer. Make sure you're strategic. If you're going to spend money on promoting the post, make sure it's a good one. So on your Facebook page, as long as you have 400 fans, you will have this feature. If you don't yet have 400 fans, use some of the strategies I taught you earlier in order to get to this point. But once you have 400 fans, you can click that promote dropdown after you type in your status update, upload your image, and then click on promote. And you'll see a drop-down menu that you'll have a few options here. You can choose, do you want to show your promoted post to people who've liked your page, or maybe people who have liked your page and their friends. And then from there, you choose a dollar increment, and basically that dollar increment will actually show you on estimate how many more people that you'll reach. Now, something you need to know here. Let's say you choose $30. It's $30 for the life of the ad, not $30 daily. And the promoted post will only run for 3 days. So over the period of 3 days, you'll spend $30 total to reach about 4,000 to a little over 8,000 fans and friends of fans. So that's how this works here. Now, if you have over 5,000 fans, you can actually target. So you can target that post by age, gender, location. So if you're a local business, you can get really specific on which of your fans and friends of fans will see this post in their news feed. Now, one thing I do want to tell you that Facebook has actually released an update to promoted posts. Before, when these first came out, people were seeing that some random countries were actually engaging with their promoted posts, countries that these people typically didn't do business with. Well, Facebook has improved promoted posts, and now they're making sure that your promoted posts are targeted to the countries where most of your fans reside. So let's say most of your fans come from the United States. Well, then Facebook will show your post to most of your fans in the United States and not random countries that you don't do business with. So you can get even more laser focused than that, but in essence, Facebook's got your back, and they're going to make sure that you don't show your post and waste your money with a bunch of people that will never buy from you. Okay, so you've got promoted posts. They get out into the news feed. You can use this strategy whenever you want, and they'll grab the attention of your fans and friends of fans. But to take this one step further, the final strategy I want to show you here is what I call Facebook's super feature, and those are Facebook offers. So let's talk about creating a Facebook offer for your local or online business. They're extremely easy to implement. They take about 10 to 15 minutes total. You do need 400 fans to access this feature. And here's the coolest thing. You can use them for online and local businesses. So you don't have to just be a brick and mortar to offer a special offer on Facebook to your audience. And the cool thing again is that they get out into the news feed. So people on smartphones will see these offers. And right now about 30% of offers that are claimed are coming from mobile devices. Now with Facebook offers, you've got two steps. Step one, you create the offer. I'll show you a bunch of offers in just a moment. And step two is you have to promote the offer. So you do have to pay a little bit in order to get your offer out into the news feed. The great thing is you can actually create a promoted post. So you can spend $20 or $30 to get your offer out into the news feed of your fans and friends of fans. Or if you want to do a little bit more of an advanced strategy, you can create your offer, go into the ads dashboard, and target non-fans. And specifically, you can target all the fans of, let's say, your competitor's Facebook page. So if you have a Facebook page that you know is either your competitor or they have a lot of fans that are aligned with your fans already, you can show your offer to all those other fans so that you can attract them to your Facebook page and your offer. Because Facebook offers, they actually grow your likes, your leads, and your sales. Let me show you how. Here's an example of Whole Foods. Now, Whole Foods Market was giving away tickets off a $50 or more purchase. Now, this is for Los Altos, meaning I did not see this in my news feed because I'm not in Northern California where Los Altos is located. However, I went to their Facebook page and took a snapshot from their timeline. But if I lived in this area, I would see this in my news feed. Now, Whole Foods could have targeted all the fans of Sprouts Market. Now, Sprouts is a competitor of Whole Foods. So they could have shown this great to everybody who's fanned Sprouts Market. So you can get really strategic with your offers. Now, here's Mystere of Cirque du Soleil. And as you can see, that says like page up there in the right corner. I had not yet liked this Facebook page, but they were targeting non-fans. I'm not sure exactly why I was targeted, but this was in my news feed. And as you can see, it says tickets starting at $50. You can click to get the offer, and it says sponsored there. Now, as a marketer, I tell you that anything that people are paying to get into the news feed, you'll see the word sponsored. Most people are not really paying attention to that, so they don't really know, and they don't think, oh, that's an ad, because they're not really looking. And the final offer I want to show you here is from Whole Health Designs. Again, I'm using Lisa as an example. So remember, Lisa branded her timeline Facebook page. She actually created a custom application to collect leads. She added in for her promotion in her About section, and she ran Facebook offers. I mean, this girl covered all bases on Facebook. But let me show you how it works. So she set up her offer. It went out into the news feed. I saw it in my news feed, and I can click Get Offer. What happens is I actually get an email in my personal email account that I use to log into Facebook, meaning the email I use every day that I look in, that's where I saw this. It didn't come to my Facebook email or any random email. It came to the one I use every single day. So with that, as you can see, it says, I mean, pretty good, right? Because people are going to see this now. And it says to redeem your offer, go to, and it's got this URL here. Now, notice that Lisa is not selling anything. And if you don't yet have an offer or a service, but you're working on something, or you're not ready to actually promote on Facebook, why not build your email list, just like Lisa's doing here? So she's using Facebook offers to get more likes and to get more leads. So if I click that link there, she takes me to her website, where I sign up for her free 3-day cleanse. And as we all know, once somebody is a satisfied customer of a free giveaway, well, then we can tell them about all our other products and services that we have that they can become a real customer. So with Facebook offers, they are a fantastic way to get out in front of more people on Facebook, get out into the news feed where it really counts, and grow your email list and attract new customers. So with that, do you see how powerful Facebook is for your business when done right? There is just so much you can do on Facebook that sometimes I know it's a little bit overwhelming. There's just a lot going on. But the thing is, you don't need to know everything about Facebook. You just need to know what's working right now. Now we're going to do a live Q&A so that you can ask some questions. But before we get to that, I want to introduce you to a program I created called FB Influence 2.0. And I created this program to keep you in the loop, to make sure that you know what's working right now on Facebook and always have the updated information in order for you to get the most out of your Facebook marketing. Now, FB Influence has 4 modules. I'm going to go through them quickly just so you know what's included and so you know how to stay top of mind with the people that really matter to your business, those fans that want to hear from you again and again. So again, there's 4 modules, and in module number 1, we go over the foundation for Facebook success. So I've created training videos to give you the 9 core Facebook marketing rules. I show you how to even more so create branded timeline pages. And in addition, I give you my own personal resources that I use to brand my Facebook page. I get into detail about how to create lead generating custom apps, which tools to use, how to do it. You can do it yourself. You can hire someone. I give you all those resources. I also take you behind the scenes. There's a lot you can do on your Facebook page inside the dashboard that might actually surprise you. I'll take you behind the scenes and show you. And I also give you tools to help you monitor and track your Facebook page so that you know what's working and what you need to tweak to make better. And in Module 2, it's all about growing a lucrative fan base. So here I give you even more attraction strategies to attract the quality fan you're looking for. Also, how to grow your leads beyond just custom application. There's a lot of ways to grow leads on Facebook. I'll give you my personal strategies. Also, I'll give you more ideas about how to get out into the news feed of your fans so you know your posts aren't getting wasted and they're actually getting shown to the fans that have already liked your page. And I'll show you how to optimize your website. Like boxes, like buttons, share buttons. We want to attract that warm audience on your website so they become instant fans of your Facebook page. And then my favorite training, what to delegate so you don't have to do. I'll show you how to hire someone, what skills to look for in somebody that could manage your Facebook page, and also what tasks to delegate so that, again, you don't have to do it all. And in Module 3, it's all about creating massive engagement. So here, I tell you what to post and when to post. There are actually times a day and days of the week that are best to post and worst times to post. I'll give you all those details. I'll give you even more strategies beyond just image strategies to help you get your fans talking, that more engagement that we all need. I'll get into some Facebook unique features like pinning, highlighting, and milestones. These are all features to help you get more engagement. And I'll give you 3 case studies where I walk you through how people have created their own personalized experiences on their Facebook page in order to get their fans coming back to their page day after day. And I'll show you how to use interest lists. Interest lists are extremely underutilized but could be extremely effective to get more fans and more engagement. And in Module 4, it's all about turning those fans into profitable super fans. I show you some really great Facebook ad strategies to make sure you know which ad will work best for your business. And I take you behind the scenes and give you step-by-step detail on how to create promoted posts and Facebook offers. So I could only touch the surface here in this short training, but in my FB Influence training, I literally show you step-by-step how to create these and how to promote them. And also, I show you how to promote your events on Facebook, because if you have an online event or an offline event, I encourage you to create an event page, and I'll show you how some other businesses have actually promoted their events on Facebook. And the final video is all about the Instant Action Plan. Working with Tony Robbins, one of the things I learned more than anything is how to get stuff done, how to implement. I'll give you some of my strategies so you know how to get momentum from this program right away. So each module includes video trainings, clip notes, transcripts, slides, and audio. Speaking of slides, how great would it be if I turned this slide presentation today into a PDF and just sent it to you right away? That'd be valuable, right? Because you can actually look through my slides, use my images as examples so you can make them into your own. When you're in FB Influence, you get access to all of my slide decks so that you can go through them and go at your own pace and actually learn the best way that you like to learn new content. So if you're interested, you can go to paulcolligan.com/getFBI. So that's paulcolligan.com/getFBI. Now I'll tell you real quick, and then we'll get into some Q&A. We do have some great bonuses. Remember earlier I showed you that image that I dissected for you a little bit about that webinar I did, the Facebook launch guide? Well, I've since taken it offline and put it only into FB Influence. So that launch training is a bonus here where you literally get to learn step by step how I promote on Facebook, how I promote all my programs and services. I show you what platforms I use to promote, or resources I use, how I get my images. I literally show you everything. It's in the Facebook Launch Guide bonus. Also, I show you how to use Facebook groups. Facebook groups are a great way to attract and keep customers. It's all about retention with Facebook groups. I'll show you how to do that. And my favorite bonus is the Content Marketing Power Plays. I put together a PDF for you of 50 of the most strategic Facebook posts to model where you can boost your overall engagement. So you will never again say, I don't know what to post on Facebook. You flip through the PDF,
cool.
You've got 50 examples. Yeah, this one's really cool. And then bonus 4, what's that?
No, yeah, that one's exciting because you get the, you know, theory's great and theory's important, but when you get the what works stuff, that's awesome. That's yeah, I like
that's
that.
my favorite stuff for sure. You know, just kind of like getting your hands into it and saying, okay, what's actually working? Show me a perfect example so I understand it. And that's what this PDF is all about for sure. Bonus 4 is how to get more leads. So I give you a blueprint step by step, how my clients and how I myself have grown my email list on Facebook. And then bonus 5 is really great. As we all know, Facebook changes all the time. When you enter into FB Influence, you have lifetime access, meaning you will always be a member. So if Facebook makes a major change, I make a brand new training video showing you what the change, how you could take advantage of it for your business, and what it means to your business as well. So you get up-to-the-minute Facebook updates when Facebook makes a major change. And the final bonus is the full access member support. So we have a Facebook group where you can get your questions answered, you can get feedback. There's people in the group that have already been through FB Influence, already been through the challenges you might have. So if you've got a question, you've got 24/7 access into the FB Influence private group where you will get support from me as well as a lot of the other members. So here's what you get with FB Influence. Module 1, Foundation for Facebook Success. Module 2, Growing a Lucrative Fan Base. Module 3, Creating Massive Engagement. And Module 4, Turning Fans into Profitable Superfans. And then you get the bonuses, the Facebook Launch Guide, Facebook Groups, the 50 Best Content Marketing Power Plays, the 3-step lead generating Facebook Blueprint, free member-only workshops, and full access into our Facebook private support and networking group. And right now you're probably thinking, go ahead, tell us how much it is. It's probably a few $1,000s. And although some other people are promoting Facebook programs that are a few $1,000s, we wanted to make sure that this program was wildly accessible to anybody who wanted to get more results and bigger results on Facebook. So we decided we don't want to make it a few thousand. We don't even want to make it a few $100s. What we've done is made it the price of just $97. So that is a one-time payment of just $97, and you get full access into Influence. So again, if you're interested, all you need to do is go to paulcolligan.com/getFBI, and you get full access into the program right now. It will take you to this checkout page here. You enter all your details, and you have a 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee, meaning if you don't love the program, we do not want your money. We put hours, our heart and soul into this program. We want to make sure you love it. So you have a 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. So for the next 10 minutes, I thought we'd do some live Q&A. But in the meantime, you definitely want to go check out paulcolligan.com/getFBI, and you can get into the program instantly.
Now we've already got somebody from Chicago, Illinois, who jumped in. I don't see the names inside of ClickBank, but that's fun. People
Oh,
are
cool.
that excited about this. I wanted to stress a couple things here, and then definitely Q&A. And for those of you who are on this live, as you know, GoToWebinar has a Q&A interface. So go ahead and enter in your questions, and Amy will answer them. For those of you who are watching the recording of this, that's what happens when you don't attend live. But I grabbed FB Influence back at version 1. I would have gladly paid for the upgrade, but one of the things Amy did was Amy upgraded everybody inside of FB Influence 1 to FB Influence 2.0. So I don't have that opportunity, but just been thrilled by it, and can't say enough about it. And the great thing is I give Amy a hard time because she wrote that book. And the book was phenomenal in its time. It was just the problem was by the time it went to print, Facebook changed 87 things. And the great thing about FB Influence here, as you saw, is that if something changes inside of Facebook, that's okay. You're going to be updated. And the cool thing is you're not just updated, theoretically in terms of what might theoretically work one day, but you've got a community, and how many people are in that community right now, Amy?
There's over 2,500 people.
Yeah, there's only over 2,500 people in that community right now, so you get the opportunity to interact with, not just find out what's changed, but find out how Linda adapted that change, and how Bob, and how Sue, and how Frank, and those types of characters interacted. So it's very unique. The only thing I told Amy, I think she should charge more, but oh well. That's the advantage for you all. But so anyway, I want to say that it's a great program. I paid for it. I don't like promoting things that I wouldn't pay for myself, and the best way to do it is just, gosh darn it, pay for it. And it's great money, and it's why I'm still in Facebook. It's why I'm still doing this stuff. So again, if you got any questions, go ahead and do them through the Q&A interface here in GoToWebinar. What is the total time you've taken to develop this program, Amy? Is it 1, 5 years? What's your what does the investment represent here?
So for me, I've been teaching Facebook marketing for a little over 3 years, if not more. So I put in all of that knowledge, all of my trial and error for sure, and all the research I've done. So all of that will be reflected in FB Influence.
Awesome. That came from Duane. We've got a question for you. So you say this is a virtual product, but I see all those boxes. So what shipped to them? What do they get online? How does this all come together?
Oh, great question. So this program is all online. It's all digital, meaning you log into the members area and it is waiting for you right now, including all the bonuses. I do it that way because, as I mentioned a million times probably, Facebook changes a lot. So let's say I create a training video all about how to create events on Facebook. And let's say Facebook changes the interface for events. Well, I've got to go back in, change my video, fix my transcript, fix the slides, all that good stuff, quickly upload it, so now you're updated and you don't have to wait for me to send you something. So the program is completely digital and constantly updated. And the cool thing, like you mentioned, you were an FB Influence 1.0 member, meaning you got the program right when it started. And so everybody has the brand new 90% updated 2.0. So you'll constantly be getting updates.
Awesome, 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 awesome. I'm just going to read this whole one out. How well does Facebook work for a traditional B2B business that wants to diversify into B2C? I have a corporate-sponsored B2B senior-level executive coaching practice. I want to share these lessons with online products for those who might not have been able to get it in the past. Is FB a good choice for this kind of target market? Most of my contacts are, currently on LinkedIn, about 2,000.
Okay, so to make sure I understand that question, I'm thinking that are they wanting to change their target market?
Well, they just want to know, would Facebook be good for reaching people in the B2B space, specifically with senior level executive coaching?
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yes, it definitely would. If you actually, you don't need to do this, of course, but if you Google B2B business on Facebook, there's some fantastic articles, and I wrote about this in my book as well, that Facebook is a fantastic platform for B2B. The reason is that most of the time, B2B relationships take more time than B2C. Sometimes they're bigger prices, so the unit per product is usually a lot bigger than the B2C relationships. So they take more nurturing, more time, more relationship building, and that's what Facebook is all about. So you can definitely attract a B2B audience on Facebook. And if they're really high-level CEOs and execs, it might take some more personal one-on-one where you're reaching out to them personally. But definitely the platform is a great, great opportunity for B2B.
And then just for B2C, obviously everybody's already there in terms of Facebook. So, it's great, it's
Yes,
great for both.
yes, for sure.
Awesome, awesome.
B2C, definitely no-brainer there.
And I won't read everybody who grabbed us, but we got somebody from Victoria, VIC and Country AU. So I think that's Victoria in Australia, if I'm not mistaken there. So
Nice.
that's kind of fun to have the international represented. Now everything is this a drip thing? Is this you get a little bit every week? Is everything there right now? How does that all fit together?
So everything's there right now. All 20 of my training videos that range from about 15 minutes to 30 minutes depending on the content I'm teaching. So all 20 videos, transcripts, slides, audio if you want to listen to it in your car when you're working out, and then all the bonuses are there right now as well. So you don't need to wait for any of the content I promised here.
Okay, this one, I'm a total beginner. Is this going to work for me? Question mark.
Yes, I'm so glad you asked this. So this program works really well for beginners because I take you from the very beginning. Once you set up your Facebook page, what do you do? How do you attract the fans? How do you get that engagement? But if you're more advanced, I definitely have enough strategies in here that will likely be very new to you. Beyond just those image strategies I taught you today, I have a lot more strategies like that. I get deeper into Facebook ads. And so this program works if you're just starting out, or if you've been on Facebook for a while and you're looking for that boost to actually see those results you're after. It works for both. Great opportunity for both.
Dwayne asks if this is being recorded. Yes, it is being recorded. And everybody who grabbed this, I will send you a link to the recording as soon as that's done. Thank you, Dwayne. Dwayne also wants to know, we have a techie crowd here. We have the beginners and we have the advanced. What membership platform do you use to run this thing on, just curiously?
GoToWebinar. Or this one here that we're doing now?
Yeah, FB Influence. Is it? Are you Wishlist?
Oh,
What do you? Kajabi?
we
What do you
use
use?
Wishlist actually. We're using Wishlist for GoToWebinar. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
We use Wishlist for FB Influence. I'm getting confused here.
No problem. No problem. That's what they meant. And Dwayne says, thank you there. So, Linda here, if I have done nothing on Facebook yet, other than post a few pictures, where should I start for my business?
If you've done nothing on Facebook yet but post a few pictures, where you should start is take, a week or so to brand your Facebook page. Look the part. Let people know you're there to engage. You're showing up as a professional. So brand your timeline cover photo. Include a custom application. I talk all about that in the program. But then once you do that, I want you to start posting on a consistent basis. Like I said, 2 to 5 times a day. Now that could be your content, posting to your own blog post, or finding some great articles that you know your audience will find very valuable. So I constantly am posting links to other articles that other people have written because I can't post that much content of my own. I can't produce it that fast. So I'm constantly promoting content as well. So getting into the habit of posting 2 to 5 times a day. If you don't have a lot of fans, I'd say like 2 times a day. Getting into that habit can really allow you to, 1, build the habit, and 2, then you're going to start attracting people onto your content. So that's where you want to focus.
I really like this question. So is Facebook upset that you are using their platform to build your list?
I don't know if they're upset. I don't think so. I think they're getting some pretty big perks for us spending all our time there. But definitely, I cannot stress enough how smart it is of a strategy to use Facebook list growing platform for sure. Because if you think about it, the people that you're attracting are your ideal audience. If you're really spending some time and using the right content or posting the right content, talking to people about your business, your brand, and all that good stuff, well then why wouldn't you want them on your email list? And now that you have this captive audience, that's your next step. So I don't think Facebook's too disappointed. I think they're getting everything they want.
Amy, you can stat here now that the time's over. So
Yes.
I promoted this webinar. I promoted this webinar with a Facebook sponsored post. I just couldn't seem to not do that. I mean, it was kind
I
of
love
appropriate.
that.
And what's interesting is I did that earlier today, and it'll run for the next couple of days. So many of you are watching the recording of this based on my sponsored post. But what's really interesting is that I posted when we went live to Facebook. I just said, "Hey, we're on live. Join us." And so and that wasn't a sponsored post. So the sponsored post brought in a bunch of people. When I did the live sponsored us, between that time and now, 10 more people signed up
Oh, I love it.
for this webinar.
Uh-huh.
And so I mean, that's proof in the pudding about posting at different times, because here I was, I spent the change, changed, I did the post, I did everything, and then here I did this quiet one, as this thing was happening, and 10 more people joined immediately, which I think is just kind of a testimony to what you were saying about how you got to go in at different times and at different places and that kind of thing. But boy, yeah, you play. But I'm looking at all the people who've signed up, and I definitely made my money back. That's not a problem at all, and then some.
Great.
So, very, 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 very cool. So, Amy, I want to thank you for this presentation, and I want to thank everybody who's joined Amy inside. This is going to be, an absolute blast. Dwayne just said here you can post the same info multiple times if it gets a response. Yes, and realize that it's not people unsubscribing, it's just people logging on at different times. So we're at a pretty good place there. So Amy, I want to thank you for taking the time out to share with my audience. I want to yeah, this has been really good. Do you have anything else, or we
Well,
we
no,
close
but
up
I
here for the
don't.
day?
Yeah, let's close it up, but I just want to say thanks, Paul, so much. You're our dear friend and a great guy to do business with, so I cannot thank you enough for inviting me to do this today. It means the world to me, and thank you everybody who takes the time out to actually show up and spend this time with Paul and I. We know you have a million choices where you want to spend your time, and we know you're very, very busy, so thank you so much for us today. Those who joined FB Influence, I cannot wait to meet you inside the members group. Make sure to say hello, introduce yourself, and those that have just been on this webinar, again, thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you so much, everybody. And with that, I will let you all go. Have a good night, everybody. Or for those of you watching the video, have a good whatever time of the day it is. Thanks much. Bye.